Hello, chat. How we all doing today? It's Monday, start of a new week, and we are back on Cobblemon with a Minecraft sponsor stream today. So thank you again, Minecraft, for sponsoring the stream. But hello, everyone. Also, Ice Gray Sherry, thank you for the resub now for 3 months. Thank you for that. But hello, everybody. Today we are going to finish clearing out the little end island that we have for our Cobblemon gym. But first, we need to go get sand, because I have not mined out sand yet. So where is a... Nope, not it. What's the button? That's not the button. What button? That's the button. We need to go mine sand, which there's a lot of sand out here. But I don't want to just mine out there because someone might be doing that. So we're probably going to go this way. Probably go to here to mine all of that. Yeah, if you missed it, we had a little bit of a fun, like, Cobblemon stream weekend. And so the stream torch from June 20th to 21st, which is this weekend, where people did like basically an hour stream, then passed the torch on to somebody else, and we did that throughout the entire weekend. I did not stream, but I did just come hang out with them. Suki, it's fine. What also happened is we made Jaw into a little bit of a torture chamber for Jaw. We very much splatted the rat over 400 times. Actually, about over 300 times with the amount of deaths Jaw already had on the server. It's fine. Is there anything? Ooh, there is. What do we need? Bone blocks or munch or 12 bone blocks. I don't know if I have any more. Oh, I do have bone blocks. How much is it? 8. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll keep these. 3 stacks of empanadas, and that will be my food source. Man, it's so nice not needing to worry about food on a server when someone is dedicated in their little character, like, for Cobblemon as a baker. Thank you, Cherry Fire. Before I must go on my cruise, well, have fun on your cruise. This is the right way, right? Yes. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna mine out a bunch of sand. We'll probably have more than enough gunpowder, hopefully. But for now, we'll do that, and then we'll go back to the end, and we'll start finishing up one of the end islands. I am torn between food options, banana or empanadas. Unfortunate. But yeah, chat, what have y'all been up to? What has everyone been doing over the weekend? Oh. Euclid, thank you for the resub for 6 months. Thank you for that. That's half a year. It's funny thinking about what was happening about 6 months ago and then trying to like put it together timeline-wise of when people first subbed and joined. So it's very funny to try to like realize 6 months ago what was happening and being like, oh yeah, that was happening. Prepping for art fight, decided to go for it this time. We'll have fun with that. Hung out for Father's Day. That is a fun thing. We went to dinner for Father's Day, so that was fun. Learning Greek mythology for Pantheon. Very good. Sadly not splatting the rat. Don't worry, the rat got splatted like over 300 times yesterday, so I think you can miss out one day. I think it's fine. like moved apartments and literally subbing. That's crazy. A successful set of rotations around the sun and writing crimes for my friends once more for the weekend lore. Ooh, very good. And ordering Italian or Indian food. It's not Italian, but Indian food. Very nice. Graduation. Awesome. Congrats. Been chilling now. Decided to go to do summer work. Very cool. It was your birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday. Spent time on Father's house for the weekend for Father's Day, but then got sick, so I stayed home today. Also failed my exam. Unfortunate. But glad you got to spend time with your family. Had a leak in the roof. That was something. But all fixed now? Well, that's good. Yeah, we gotta fly this way. I was a little bit off. Played for my group's Bannerfall server. Nice. Rejection, very proud. Voxman regrets. Nice job. Very, very good. It's always good to at least attempt something. And even though if it doesn't go the right way, at least you know you tried. And at least you know you did make the effort instead of being like, but what if I did do it in the first place? That's always a good thing. 100 streak, 100 days, or 100 streams without missing one. That's crazy. I'm going to be playing Genshin Impact because I got back into it and hosting a couple of parties for my friends. Oh, nice. With the new badges? I don't know if there are any new. I haven't seen any new badges. I haven't seen any new badges, so. What PC? Like actual computer, or has my gameplay so smooth? I'm just running 100 frames right now. I have my PC's 5 years old. I just take care of it. Like, I've had this PC since like 2020, 2021. So I've just been taking care of it. If you want longevity to your PC, chat, genuinely just make sure that it's updated regularly and you shut it off / have it make you go through restarts once in a while. And also just turn it off at the end of every day so it actually continues to, recover. But yeah, no, it's... What? Oh, let me see what my graphic card is real quick. Yeah, like I have a EVGA GeForce RTX 2030. No, sorry, not 2030, 2060. And like that's a much older graphics card. What's the best laptop for editing videos? For everything all around and not too expensive? That would be personally what you need as an individual. And overall, just good laptop. You can look at comparison. It's a lot of reviews for laptops. I am not the best person to go ask that question to. But there are definitely people who have made reviews in that you can be like looking at laptops and comparing prices for what your price point is. Big desert. We are going to mine. We aren't mining against stone. We are going to. We're just getting sand for TNT. Also, hello, May. We will... It's a different tan block. Yes, it is. We just need a lot of sand for all the gunpowder that I farmed AFK'd for. And then we'll go and blow up an end island. It's 10 years before that. Always update. Always update when you can. Always update when you can. Here we go. Nope. No, that's just a Burmese. That's fine. Also, Shiny, thank you for the resub now for 3 months. Thank you for that. In holding it as a group. Let me... Oh, let's put these in here for now. Put that in there. Put those in there. I don't like you that much, but we can pretend. And there we go. I'm getting into tea so I could have the cute dinosaur strainer. What's this song? Boop. Yeah, chat, today's just gonna be like a very chilled, black stream day. It's the start of the week. We're just gonna be vibing today. Just talking about whatever. That I do not drink. Well, have I exploded much over the weekend? Like, used TNT? No. Over the weekend, I basically just working on primarily just trying to get the Pantheon playlist done. That's what I've been mainly working on. Also, if you don't forgive me about your spelling errors. I have spelling errors all the time. Like, we know this. I don't think you have to worry about spelling errors. And chat forgives me mazes as well, so. It's all good. Oh, that's a hole. We're basically just gonna go until this shovel gives out. That's just basically what we're gonna be doing. It's Pride Month, of course I forgive my curlies. Oh. Alright, cool. Also, chat, we can actually do something else today. I just remembered. I got my reward yesterday from Cherry and Appo for the route stuff. And we now have the max mushroom stuff, which I already farmed. We can just give that to our Pokemon now once you make the candies for it. And then our team will be fully like maxed out for Dynamax and everything. No, I'm not doing shrooms. The Pokemon are. The Pokemon are going to take a Max Mushroom, which increases their Dynamax and Gigantamax abilities. Which is just, aka makes them stronger. Maxed, literally. Why wouldn't... May, I know you would never make me do anything, so why are you blaming yourself? In the stadium, you guys do have to build into stuff. So, how it works is basically, to Dynamax, you need a, what is it? You need this thing called a power spot, and you need to place it down. And you have to be within a 20 block radius, or square, or something, of that spot to be able to Dynamax. So I'm going to have it dead center in my gym to allow Pokemon to Dynamax. And then that way, whenever someone challenges me, it's possible. It's pretty, yeah, it's really nice. It's a benefit for Cobblemon. Because usually, for those who don't know about Dynamax Gigantamaxing, it was only possible in the Pokemon gyms, not anywhere else in Sword and Shield. So it's a very interesting gimmick. It's broken as all can be. It's a very stupid, overpowered gimmick, but it's also cool. No, there were certain spots in the wild and in gyms, yeah, but primarily in the gyms. Still a cool concept, though. But absolutely broken as all can be. And that's one of the reasons why, chat, I am trying to find... I was needing to find such a big end island to make my Pokemon gym on, and why there's not going to be any roof or ceiling. Because the Pokemon get big. The Pokemon get very big, and it just doesn't fit. It also depends on the Pokemon that you're using. This also should be more freely for people to use, like, Mega Pokemon, like Mega Rayquaza, and it not just clip through the ceiling or a roof. Going to Challenge Ball's gym, the music decides to play, and my brain is immediate tech fusion of Cynthia's theme and Galar gym theme. Now order kebabs and hash browns. Ooh, very good. Being squished inside ceiling. Exactly. Billy Gigantamax, not all of them. You don't have to. It's like more of a choice if the gym leader wants to. My gym's going to have every single gimmick. We have Z crystals and Z moves. We have megas. We have terrestrialization. And we have Dynamaxing. A final boss gym for real. Hatterini in the end, only moly feels like a nightmare fuel. Yeah, just a bit. You can Splatterat as a treat. It sounds like a brain rot word. Because of the word maxing, yeah. You know what? That's fair. Let's say to insult you. If you hear a word too much, it doesn't sound real. Like bell. If you say bell enough times, it doesn't sound like a real word. I agree with the sentiment. Please know I've been too good. In this economy? I mean, Jaw got splatted over 300. He has over 400 deaths now on the server because of the command block system that Cherry made, which then I then turned into an auto clock system. It's why at spawn you see blocks missing. It's because Jaw would die, get sent to spawn, and then a timer would instantly teleport him back to the spot where he would land on a pressure plate, which then would trigger the command block to kill him again. And Jaw, in panic, was trying to break blocks to grab one to keep in its inventory to place it down below him while it was moving, and he just didn't have enough time because of how fast I was sending the teleport command via the auto clock system. It was just on a very simple timer, but it was synced up perfectly for as soon as he would respawn, teleport him back. Just instantly died. It's just a vibe. You can relax all you want. The rat was bullied. Into the lightest way, more. Not, I wouldn't say so much bullied, more splat the rat for his crimes. It also didn't help that we did karaoke in the Squeak Easy that Jaw made, which nature sang dumb ways to die, which then put the idea in our head for nature segment to test dumb ways to die on Jaw. Lamenting justice. I'm gonna try something real quick. No, that's not gonna work, unfortunately. This was streamed? It was. You can see it through Nature of Gaming stream specifically. You'll be able to watch the whole segment there. And I think possibly others were maybe streaming as well, but I'm not too sure. But if the main person, if you want to see all of it, check out Nature of Gaming. Was used as a lab rat? Yes, that's a better way of explaining it. Alright, shovel's about to break. We have more than enough sand. I'll grab the rest of this and we can head on back. Watching free this stream. Oh, hello, Cubone. Just grabbing all the extra sand around here. Alright, cool. Fly back to base, go to the end, and then start doing the last bit of flattening out the end island. Cubone, literally. When I found out his lore as a child, yes. Abolish on in the end? No way. Yeah, it's Abolish and end fork founding kitchen. It was me originally in the nether, and then we moved the bee farm to the end, and I stayed in there for like multiple days upon multiple days, because that much... I never want to IV and EV share. Just mainly EV share. Ever again. Maybe we'll find an A or an R shiny unknown while we're in the end today. Who knows? I just want bees to go fast. You can do it in the nether as well. It's also doable in the nether. Built crimes in the nether to torture. Ah, I see. Fair enough. Random fact. Random fact. Random fact. What is a good random fact? What's a good Pokemon random fact? Let's see, let's see. Also waiting for Rayquaza to regain speed. Imagine Arceus spawned. Arceus would spawn if it was a thunderstorm. That's a good random fact, Pokemon related. Oh yeah. So this one's just a silly Pokemon card collection one. So Nintendo Pokemon used to have a gimmick, like one of their like era gimmicks were full art half cards. So it'd basically be full arts of one half of a card and the other half of a card. I, when I was younger, pulled one of those cards without realizing what it was and just kept it all this time until a few years ago when I realized when I was going back to my binders of my old Pokemon cards of just cards I had, and I found it, realizing, oh yeah, this is a card. It's one half of a full art Ho-Oh card. And I'm now also on a... It's basically just... if you type in, like, half full art Ho-Oh card, and, like, online... you'll see what it is, because you just type in, like, half full art Ho-Oh card. I have the top half. I don't have the bottom half, because I never realized what it was, so I just kept it. No, it's a full art, but it's half of a full art. So, like, it takes 2 cards to make the entire image. So I have the top half of the card. You basically put the 2 cards together, and it shows the full art of the card. And I have the top half. So now I need to figure out if I want to try to buy the other half via, like, eBay or something, or try to find it at a card shop in person. So that will be something. So there's your little random fact. It's a cool card. It's a very cool card art. I think it was around the like Diamond and Pearl Platinum era of Pokemon. So it kind of just is like a card, because like if I look at the price chart for this card, for the bottom half, it's not terrible in pricing. It's still a decent amount of money, but like an ungraded bottom half of this card is like 75 USD, which isn't a terrible price, but it's still $75 for a piece of cardboard with art on it. Which is cheaper than a lot of other cards, but still it's $75 for an ungraded bottom half card. Yeah. What's my favorite card? I don't know if I have like a favorite card. Oh, right. Like half a TwitchCon EU ticket? Yes. For a piece of art. From 2000 VHS set, yep. For bird legs on a piece of, yes, on a piece of basically like cardboard paper. Because one, they don't print them anymore. They don't print that card art anymore, so it's a much rarer card. But for bird legs, it's like $75 ungraded right now. But if I was to get it, I would have the top and bottom half. Because I randomly pulled the top half when I was younger, and I never realized what it actually was. I just like, ooh, cool art. What an expensive hobby. Yep, and it's just gotten more expensive as scalpers and other people get into it just to resell cards for profit. We're talking about Pokemon cards. Buying cards in general are expensive. They very much are, but it is like a card show this weekend with Appo. I'm excited. You'll have fun. There's definitely going to be a lot of cards at the card show, and you'll probably find a lot of cards that you'll want. I'm going to be broke. Well, try not to be too broke. A couple of weeks ago. Very good. It is very funny to me, May, that when Cobblemon started, you knew what Pokemon was, but you never really had like a investment in the cards or anything. But then you started to form your Cobblemon team, which then made you be like, oh, this is part of my team. This card is from one of my Pokemon on my team. I want to buy it. And now it's to the point of, I want the card art. I want the Pokemon. I want the pretty art on these cards. It's just the Pokemon TCG pipeline started with just this Cobblemon server. I watched the show as a kid and have 2 tattoos, and I fear I've become addicted. Yep. You didn't have much of Pokemon. You didn't have any cards, or any cards at all at that point. Yeah, no. Pokemon Pocket is a nice little substitute if you want to try to collect cards without actually paying money for them. Just the Bulbasaurs. Because of us? Yeah, that usually also happens. Yeah, there's just a weird, like... To clarify, they aren't official, they're all fake. They're still, they are my childhood. They aren't even anything like the official arts, and that's fair. I remember when I was younger, me and my friends would make fake Pokemon card art. We would like make actual fake Pokemon, cut out just blank pieces of paper in the size of the Pokemon cards, and then just draw fake Pokemon on like Pokemon cards. I don't have any of those at all now, but I remember doing it when I was younger. Bulbasaur, Lapras, one day I will take a picture of them to show you. Very good. Nerd, yes I am. I am a nerd. I play video games for a living. I enjoy anime and Pokemon and other video games. I also work out. Stereotypical nerd. Fork found in kitchen. Born of pride. Exactly. Who would play video games for a living? Looks at our entire friend group. We can't forget the skincare, though. That's another thing about me. Understanding of skincare and basic hair care. I did see the random fact, yes. Skincare nerd, exactly. But nerd is not just your typical video games and anime and so on and so forth. You can be a nerd for a lot of different stuff. Just an all-around nerd. Conditioner is in fact different from shampoo. Yes. I am not a nerd. May, you are also a nerd. And that is A-okay. Fork found on Mars. I actually like that a lot. A fork found on Mars when something is definitely not supposed to be there. Yeah, the most basic principles of skincare is that you just wash your face with a simple cleanser. You can moisturize, and then sunscreen. Everything else is just extra if you really want to go deeper into skincare. And then hair care is more personalized depending on your hair type and so on and so forth. But it's like, separate it with shampoos and conditioners and so on and so forth. Don't just do the whole 3-in-1 body wash, hair wash stuff, because that does not work, and it's not always the best for your hair. Kinds of Greek mythology and a few others, such as animals, yeah. Good thing I had my elytra and rockets, because that would have been bad. Bring sunscreen to the beach. May. Like, I'm not surprised, but also, come on. For a long time, I believed that conditioner was shampoo to Electric Boogaloo and didn't actually do anything. Shampoo strips your oils and it gets all the dirt and like dry skin and scalp and all of that off your scalp. And that's what that does. It also rips the oils, natural oils that are good for your hair, off of your hair follicle. Shampoo helps rehydrate your hair so it isn't just dry and brittle after you always shampoo. That's what conditioner does. It makes sure that your hair stays rehydrated and is still healthy. Conditioner, not shampoo, yeah. Conditioner makes it stay hydrated. Shampoo strips the oils off to clean it. And then if you want once you're done actually cleaning your hair with shampoo and conditioner, you can go back with like an oil, like a hair oils and that type of stuff. Just again, to help add the health to your hair if you really want to do that. You don't have to, but some people do. Wet but straight when dry. So what does that mean? It it basically just means that your hair curl pattern changes depending on what's the word? Depending on just like how much water it absorbs. My hair is wavy. My hair is also curly. If you like your hair when it's more wavy / curly than it is when it's straight, you can put in like there are different like mousses or like a sea salt spray depending on your hair type and so on and so forth. Bleach for 3 or 4 times and that's basically straight, but sometimes fluffy. Yeah. But like if you want your hair to have more volume, you can look into additional like sprays and mousses and that, and once you wash your hair and it's slightly damp, you can put that in your hair and it'll actually help bring out the curls or waves more. Things sea salt spray. I am just giving references. I'm not saying you have to do that. It depends on hair type. So a mousse is not going to work on for everybody. A sea salt spray is not going to work for everybody, but I'm saying there are different products that work. Boy, recommend sea salt spray. I have recommended it twice now. So you'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. And it's okay that it happened twice. Say that again. Alright, anyways, let's start blowing up this end island and flattening it out. I'm gonna go this side because it's farther away from the beacon. Yay, more demolition. Because I can't hear beacon, because I think... Yo, that's funny. Good old beacons. If we want to go back into vampires real quick, we literally just need to do this, and then scroll down to here, and then just So which one is it? Was it this one? This one? No, which one is it? No, yeah, this one. Ancient Discoveries. There we go. You know, we guess we can just have this one going on for a bit. This song, anytime I hear it now, no matter where else it's from, it will always just remind me of Oakhurst. It's just, it won't know. This is Ancient Discoveries. Yeah, this one definitely, no matter how much I hear it, and if it is from anywhere else, I will always just think of vampires. But yeah, no, besides this one though, chat, Pantheon's playlist slowly coming together. I'm missing one vibe that I've been trying to find, and it's just consistent background music. Because I have a lot of music right now that is, what is the word? Like, it fits a theme, it fits, like, if something is to happen. But I don't have music that can just be consistent. Like, I have some, but I need a bit more that can just be consistently played when things are happening, you know? Like, it's just, like, just generic, general music to play. That's the part that I'm trying to find right now. No default. Like, there are some songs that you will, like, hear and play that automatically are just, like, Pantheon vibe. I'm telling you, I just need connector. It's not so much connector here, hold on. Like, I'm trying to find music that is just consistent. I'll play, like, one song from Pantheon and such, so y'all get an idea. Is it this one? Like, I have this one that kind of fits that, like, can be played consistently in the background if something's just happening. But it just doesn't fit. Like, I'll play this one, and y'all will understand what I mean. Like, I need more of this, where it's just consistently the same, like, tempo and pace throughout the entire song. Romantic era classical music for sure. I will look into that. Because, like, I have this, but it's a bit more of a lighter, like, not somber, but, like, slower pacing feel. I need something just a little bit more, like, energy to it. That's the part that I'm missing, is, like, the bit more of the, like, energy musics. So, like, singing around a campfire? Hold on, let me see if I can find a better one. Like, you see how, like, the beginning of the song, like, beginning of the song is consistent, and it has a little bit of, like, brightness and upbeat to it. I'm wanting this to be played through the entirety of music, of, like, the song, instead of it just slowly starting to change pace or, like, increase. Like, this one fits very well, and, like, I need more of this. And this is what I've been trying to find. But as you can see, it starts to get more and more upbeat and more like loud, if you will. And that's the part that I'm trying to find, is music that isn't just always going to just change in tempo and such. Like, it feels grand. It fits, like, could be used as background. And, like, the benefit, right, is I can just go to the instrumental or melody, right, and I can just have only this being played. Like, that's the benefit of Epidemic Sound, is it has all the stem files, which are the individual, like, pieces of music, so melody, instrumental, bass, drums. And I can just download these individual parts. So if I'm just trying to get only the like the instrumental and just have this being played in the background, it's great. There's no drums, there's no bass, there's no other melody. It's just this consistent throughout, which I think is going to be fine. It's just not a lot of people will only take the stem files and change them. They'll just straight download the music and then just go from there. So that's the part that I'm trying to like figure out, is trying to find more music that is just, you don't need to just download the stem files for it. That's the part I'm trying to adjust and get used to. Defines your character, like you said. I think I found one song. I need to like run it. I need other people to hear it first and be like, do you think this fits? And get their like thoughts on it. But for the most part, yes. July will be long. I don't think it'll be that long. I think for the most part, there will be enough stuff in between for people to enjoy. Do I need more gravel? I do. Where's the gravel? There it is. If I keep bringing it up, well, yeah, but that's because I want to talk about it, because I'm excited for it. Or general, but no one that play for specific factor, example like boss fights. I like the ones that just start and develop based on if you're in danger. Yeah. I did that a little bit with yeah, it's down lower. I did that with a bit of Pantheon, not Pantheon, vampires, where like if it felt like you were in danger or in threat of something that wasn't just a boss fight or something was to happen, certain songs would be played. So it can create that like emotion. Extremely fast, yeah. There, there, there. I believe Nom might just be AFKing his shiny hunting eggs. Oh. Like Tomb Raider, yep. When it's just so natural, I love the third layered painted world. Oh, very cool. Honestly, if I can just get this layer, like for the most part, removed, I'm fine with just kind of digging out the rest, because what we're doing right now is that this layer is 57. How we're setting up the little like 2x1s indented everywhere is really helpful, because it goes down the Y level 57, which is the Y level that you want to be at. So it's actually helping us remove a little bit. Hello, Galaxy. And then what I can do is all these other like flatter parts that are like there that aren't really down, I can just put TNT on top in a 2x2. And then just go from there. I am also just going to excavate out what I can manually, and to make it a little bit easier for myself. I think I might have seen Rain Roll, but I don't remember what it exactly is. So possibly. But I can't be for certain. It's honestly just nice to have just a chill vibe stream, especially for the start of the week. Have I watched the last season of JJK? Like the most recent one with the Colin games? Yes, I have. Very good season. The opening is great. I really wish the TNT would blow up close to each other. 2D pixel art survival platform and completely unforgiving when your audience, when you're part of one of the most complex ecosystems in a video game. Yeah, makes sense, right? Yeah. I have a mega stone. I have the I have it right. Where is it? Yeah, Laura's Ring, Mega Slot for the Mega Stone, and then my Mawile is the Mega. Yep. So we got Mawile, who is our Mega. We got Iron Valiant Idol, who is our Z Crystal Fighting Z. And then we have all of our Pokemon have the right terrestrialization. So Fairy for just dual stab Fairy, Ghost because we can go not False Swipe. That needs to be Encore. Knockoff, Close Combat, Encore, Moonblast, because I can go Encore into Ghost terrestrialization, which is just really annoying to deal with because they can't do anything at that point, especially if they're trying to set up on me. We have nope, not that one. We have Gnarly, who is a ground terrestrialization with Photosynthesis and Booster Energy, but has our kind of like mixed special attack utility. So Mystical Fire deals with Steel, Moon Blast and Shadow Ball can deal with like the poison. And then we have Terra Blast because we can Terra Ground into that, which then counters both the Steel and Poison on a special side. We have Golden, who when not Mega, it has Intimidate, as well as then Huge Power. So Intimidate, which then sweeps into a Breaker, which can go Huge Power for Sucker Punch or Stab Play Rough. We also have a Fire Terra, so we can go if we need to stab Fire Fang, if we need to deal with a Steel type. Then we can have Diva, who is the Magic Bounce, Water Terror for just overall strong defenses, Nuzzle for paralysis, consistent paralysis, Calm Mind, Psychic Noise so they can't heal or do anything, and then also regain health. And then we also have a Grimmsnarl, who is our screens. Good old screen setter. With Parting Shot. And I think Spirit Break. So I think it's Parting Shot, Spirit Break, and both screens. So it's a fully viable competitive team that's all Fairy type. Let me do this. For fan reasons. It's all good. But yeah, like that's the main team, that's the competitive team, that's the gym team. We have full counter to our biggest counters of Steel and Poison. Can I go swimming? We'll have fun with swimming. And every Mon has max EVs and IVs, as well as the Terra typing and terrestrializing everything. And what I need to do now is I need to also feed them the Dynamax candies so they can be maxed out in their Dynamax level. Also, chat, regarding mod application stuff, we are going over them, and just figuring out all the different answers and everything to make sure that everything is good. So hopefully by the end of this week, those who get selected will get a message in our Discord. Are there any pokes that you were going to prioritize in getting Gigantamax? Fluttermane, primarily. Because Fluttermane with Fluttermane, who already has an extremely fast speed stat, being also adamant, or timid, I should say. Timid with the Mint, with Photosynthesis as boosts the strongest stat, so makes gnarly Fluttermane even faster. And then we just Terrastalize, or not Terrastalize, we can Dynamax into that, and Dynamax moveset for all of those are extremely strong. But all of them are going to be able to Dynamax specifically. So every single one of them is going to be the max Dynamax level for them. Oh, Deoxys, what am I, dude? I would like to catch you. I don't have many, but I have some. Oh, you're asleep. Alright, let me throw one ball because you're already sleeping. Actually, you're asleep. You're at max health. I don't know if this actually do anything, but maybe you catch you, maybe we don't. No. You're now awake, though. Oh no, you're still asleep. Oh, you have multiple turns of sleep. Alright, cool. So if that's the case, we will go Drain Kiss. Oh, hey, now you're awake. You used Recover. I don't know why you would do that. Oh, and I killed you. Oh, well. I forgot. Deoxys does not have the highest defense. It's fine. Alice, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. We're just doing some Cobblemon right now. Hope you had a wonderful stream. And this is originally why I had Idle with False Swipe. Because False Swipe just makes it easier for me to get Pokemon down low in one and then go from there. With a Mage Tower? Nice. Very cool. Hello, Smoog. Thought I just sneezed more than once. Ugh. Thank you, chat. Oh, we're just repeating this over and over again. So much mining out to endstone. Well, we're almost done, though. Which has been nice. Actually, let me check something. I have... Ooh. Okay. I have 66 rare candies. We can technically also max... Hold on. We're doing something real quick. Because I've just been slowly grabbing rare candies. And I haven't actually been thinking about how many I've had over time. We can max out our entire team right now. And just have my entire team be level 100. Pokemon that I need to catch up on before the 8th gym. And I can finally focus on stacking up on the Elite Four. Well, I wish you the best of luck for that. Right now, we can max out our entire team with rare candies. Because we have 66, we only take 40. Because all my Pokemon are level 90 right now, besides 2 of them. So we could do that, chat. Oh, no more. Do we do this, chat? Do we decide to max out our entire team with rare candies for the remainder amount? Would be funny. Why not? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why not? Oh, freaking... Mog on everyone. Alright, sure, let's do with this. Alright, we're gonna take a quick little break. It's not gonna be long. But we have 66 rare candies. We have a whole stack that we can use on our lovely team. I'm sorry, no, I haven't been trying to get level 100. I only got them level 90 and then I just stopped grinding. We can get everyone to level 100. So, let's start from top down with Gnarly. And 1 candy should be 1 level. Yep. 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. And now we do golden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Next, you do Diva. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lastly 100. And then lastly, Soda Pop, our Grimmsnarl, who will be level 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 96, and 97, 98, and 99, and 100. And we still have 26 rare candies left over. I'm cursing that Grimmsnarl. But there we go, chat. Our entire team is now max level. Because we just had the rare candies for it, and I didn't realize that until I killed that Deoxys. So we actually had more than enough to do that for a while. I've just haven't actually looked. Also, luckily we're back in haste 2 beacon speed. A little bit of lag. It is a lot of endstone though, but it's gonna be very funny once we have all this endstone to then give it back to a rat and give him all the cheese. Oh, you're mad. I'm gonna feed the rat all of this cheese. I pity him. He'll be fine. The map looks crazy. The map looks so crazy with all this. There. I want to run out of flint and steel before I actually run out of any other TNT. Dig at 25 by 60 by per 7 room because I just didn't stop. It's fine. Are you mad? No, you're not mad. Yeah, you are mad. Okay, so here's the thing, right, chat? We only have one more flint and steel, and we have one, two, three, four, five, six. We have 6 more things of TNT. Honestly, I might just scatter it. And just do a top layer and just ignite it all and then just fix what I need to. And just go by like every, we'll go every 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do every 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I'll just rough estimate this. And break him, I think? Yes. I'll try to space them out enough. And whatever doesn't, I will Whatever doesn't get blown up, I will just fix and mine. Right. And we'll just see what happens. Yeah. And once again, we'll just... Oh, that one broke. Right, because we just need to get down to here. And then I'll just start mining out the rest. What I could also do, and you know what? We'll try it. Actually, no, because it will just make a bigger hole. I think if I did a line, like one line, that might help. But I'm not sure if it will or not. It's no ring wrap, it's a sunny day, so it gets rid of it when it's nerfed. Yeah. You know what, we're just, once again, just eat. And I'll just do this. If there's a big enough chunk, I'll just place a TNT there. Because we still only have one more layer to go through. Yes, I know you are... Did you die to thorns? You died to thorns. Oh, also Fancy Dagger, thank you for the resub for 4 months now. I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, I'll just go through the bigger chunk areas and then just ignite a TNT and then just go back to mining these ones and then just go back through. Because I can flatten all this out, and then I'll just go back to another layer of TNT. It is also definitely faster to just, what is the word? Fix, like, build, instead of trying to mine it out again. Placing greater than breaking, yep. Especially if it's just very simple placements. Oh, that's a big thing of server lag, my goodness. That was a huge chunk of server lag. Wonder why that happened. Alright, there we go. Time to load backups. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, I'm full. Oh, hold on, chat. Alright, I'm back. I got asked a question, so all good, all good. Alright, TNT there. One there. One there. Cool. Okay, let's see. We're almost to the halfway point of this line. You still have to go down one more layer, but we're at like the halfway point of where all this was. What I think I'm gonna do, chat, is for this section right here, since it's primarily all flattened out already, besides just the one layer that it's there, I'm probably just gonna do a big line of TNT. Space it out every few blocks, and then just go from there. And if it makes a bigger hole, well, that's fine. We'll probably space it out every 3, just above ground, and then see how that looks. Like, go here and then go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if it's uneven, that's fine. Again, it's going to probably leave a decent amount of holes that I need to mine out. But that's okay. We're just making use of all the TNT that we have. A grid, I think, not when it's above like this, because the TNT moves, which then causes other TNT to move. So it's going to start shifting over. I'm going to go here instead. All right, we're gonna see what happens. Yep, that's about right. As you can see, it's not a perfect grid. It's kind of messed. Weirdly enough, did hit a little bit here. And one TNT wound up all the way down here, which is fine. I can just fill that in. And stone next to the TNT above the layer you're destroying, you can get a perfect 3x3 with TNT moving. That is true. That is definitely true. We can try that. Let me mine out this section here real quick. So if we space this out 3 blocks across, and we start here, we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Like each individual, yeah, that's the part that I'm not too big of a fan of, is that I have to light each one because you don't have that much flint and steel. I'm just curious though, if I do this, what will happen, you know? Is that TNT still going to be affected or no? Because the block's next to it. We're actually going to... Yep, okay, cool. It's just normal Minecraft mechanics. Blast radius gets reduced because of the block that's in front of it. It doesn't go anywhere past that block. That's fine, though. Keeping everything in like a 3 by 3 gap though, not bad. Probably a terrible idea, but you know what? It's fine. We'll see what happens. Actually, we're not going to, because I feel like it's going to just go down there and explode more. It's funny, a 3 by keeping it a 3 block distance in just a row is like perfect amount. But that's only if you're going in a row, I think. Oh, you are going to die. I am so sorry. But I am curious, if I also go 1, 2, 3 and do this way. What I find interesting here, is the fact that, like, for the most part with all this, is that when it's in a single row, it's fine, but because of how the TNT's, like, pattern... I'm actually one block too far to the right. I need to be here. But because if I do this if I start there, what's going to happen is the TNT is going to blow up this direction and not just that direction. So it causes other TNT to explode sooner than later. And that is simply because of antics. See? And then they get shot everywhere, and it doesn't make the simple, easy pattern. Which is very interesting, because TNT doesn't have a fuse. Like, it doesn't have the same fuse. It gets just, like, other TNT ignites sooner than others, or explodes sooner than others. And so it causes just this weird, like, unsynchrony, if that's even a word, where it, like, desyncs from each other. Because for some reason, Mojang decided to put it where TNT can blow up sooner or later than others, even if they get ignited at the same time. Desynchronization. Yes, that's the word. But if you just did a single row, then it doesn't matter. If you space it far enough, then you have, like, perfect uniform explosion radius. I will say, though, time goes by really fast, for even if you're just mining out endstone. Because what do you mean we've been doing, like, this stream for almost 2 hours now? Like, I get at the start we mined some sand, but we've all been doing is just mining. We've only been mining stuff. And, like, we're not doing anything, like, overstimulating either. Like, we are just vibing while mining. Embracing termite style. And I still got one more whole level to mine out. I have 40 more TNT, though. We will be building at least next week. Also, there should be some other things we're doing later this week, chat, that aren't Minecraft. So stay tuned for those. And also later this week is MCC, which I am super excited to watch. Uh, Destiny 2? No, not Destiny 2. Like other like games with friends. Like possibly Mecha Chameleon. Play on the clock tower? Probably not, just because people have a very busy week. Usually do clock tower on the weekends. Unless it is a... what's the word? Like, planned ahead of time. Part 2 of D&T, hopefully. Hopefully this week. I just need to make sure everyone's schedules line up with... we do not know, because I know a lot of people are busy right now. Because I know Legs, Gracie, and May all have MCC coming up. So they're probably going to be doing some streams with their teams and such. I think Legs was streaming training today with some of the other players. So we might have D&D this week. It might be next week. We don't know yet. So we cannot guarantee when that will happen. May's training right now. Sounds about right. Is due to a weird property that TND has when it's activated the blast explosion from the other explosion in general. Not sure how that mass and the fusing is about 4 seconds to blast. Not sure. Because I have no idea. Because everything is spaced out roughly the same. It's just some just explode sooner than others. So I don't know why it does that. Could not tell you. I'll just do a big zigzag here. What happens? Nah, we'll space it out more. We'll start here, and we'll go every 2. We'll go every 2, and we'll see what happens. I actually am curious what's actually going to happen from this. Going at a diagonal for this, like what? So it keeps the 3x3 in the same pattern. server delay. And then it loses it towards the end. But that is very interesting, though. Like, I guess the best way to... I shouldn't have done that all at once at all. I guess, like, the best way to go through endstone quicker is to do it in a diagonal, and then just to continue to expand that diagonal, because you then always know where the 3x3 is. Well, time to just fully start mining out stuff. Mass. Yeah, just math. We will see if I can finish out this top layer of 58. Or we're mining on 59, and then probably tomorrow when I'm not streaming, I'll probably go through the next Y level. Just off stream, and then Wednesday we can actually maybe start terraforming properly. And like dig out the gym floor and everything. I might make it out of endstone brick. Like, have the endstone brick, have that, and then have a space for all the other, like, an outline of the, like, battle floor. Probably do something like that. Welcome back, you have food? Nice. You want to clean the destroy? I'm just gonna leave them. I think it looks better if I have some islands that are still connecting to this one that aren't flattened out, that do have like some natural shape to them. And then I can put around, like I can still add the like pillars and that on those sections. Again, I still might... Oh, that's a full-grown metagross. That's a full metagross. Oh. Brother. Cool, thank you. Oh, and Idol's about to die. Okay, cool. Let me just go knock off, and you're half my level, but I just wanted to... There we go, cool. Yep, there you are. And you're dead. That's fine. Idol will get revived after a little bit. Yeah, as I was saying, those little mounds right, like over there, I'll probably still do like pillars or some like ruin decoration on them. just because I think it'll look really nice. Maybe I might just leave them as is. I don't know yet. But I feel like it's needed just because I don't want this entire island just to be flat. What was the point? Well, I was going to scan it, and then I forgot to scan it when I went into battle, and so I just killed it instead. I was going to scan it for the Pokédex, but then I realized, forgot about it, because the guy was not being cooperative and just letting me easily just scan it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll battle you, then scan at the same time. And then I realized, oh, it's level 50. If I do this attack, I thought it was higher level. It's going to be so real to not check the level of what it was beforehand. So I'm like, maybe one attack won't kill it. And knockoff did kill it. Can you exit the battle? I would have to actually run away. Like, I would have to fly away from it, which at that point it could have just despawned. Wait, hold on. That is a 0.91% chance to spawn. I could have had like a Miraidon or a Haxorus. I could have had the letter R spawn at a 6% chance being shiny. We got a Metagross instead. And the Metagross wasn't even shiny. Now that's a good shiny. Shiny Metagross, one of the best shinies in all of Pokemon. Whoever was the designer for a shiny Metagross needs continuous raises. Shiny Gardevoir is also nice. Shiny Gardevoir is really nice. Now I gotta see it. It basically becomes like a steel chrome base with like gold accents. And then shiny Gardevoir gets the white becomes like a black dress. At least for the Mega that I'm thinking of. Yeah, the Mega gets the black dress. The shiny Gardevoir goes blue, gets some more blue details and blue accents. Shiny Ivyline? The shiny Ivyline's good. I am not the biggest fan of just the evolution line for Snivy, particularly its final Evo. Because my biggest pet peeve with Game Freak Nintendo is why do we have to turn Pokemon that are quadruped or bipedal at the start, and then for like the final Evo, all of a sudden it just flips on itself, and then all of a sudden can now walk on 2 legs, or just automatically loses all of its legs, or just becomes quadruped for no reason. That's my biggest gripe with Pokemon evolutions. Or I lose my legs. It just, I don't know, like, Serperior is a cool Pokemon. And like, the design itself is cool. I just feel, why did they have to do that with Snivy's evolution line? It's the same thing with Dratini to Dragonair to Dragonite. Dratini and Dragonair are both like serpent-esque blue dragons right? And then Dragonite, again, a great design, becomes orange, and then just starts walking on 2 feet. I feel they could have made 2 separate evolutions for Dratini and Dragonite. I'm okay with it more if like the starting Evo, then like the middle stage thing goes to 2 legs, is like it's growing up. Like I understand that, but if it just goes straight from like the first 2 evolutions stick to each other and the last one changes and that's the final evolution, I'm like, okay, that's where we messed up. Hmm. You know what they should add to Cobblemon? Pokemon that can actually dig. Give me Pokemon that can mine through stuff so they can also help me out with this. Give me an Excadrill that can just start mining through certain blocks. That's what they should add to Cobblemon. Dragonite's still Superior's legs. Yep. But no, I think it would be a great addition to Cobblemon if certain Pokemon actually had more utility that could help out with stuff. Like Excadrill, you can get a whole team of Excadrills and they just start mining. And they can like dig in a 3x3 or like a 2x2, or you can tell them what level you want them to dig at. And they'll just start mining. Because I have so much Endstone to mine, I'd love someone to help me out. Fighting ground type Pokemon or overall Pokemon who cannot be strong enough to be able to break or place blocks? Yes. Give me a Groudon who can take one step and it just destroys a 10x10 area around it by 1 level. I'm definitely gonna need to get more gunpowder. 100% need to get more gunpowder. Like, I just need to get more TNT, because I have more than enough sand for it now. I just now need the gunpowder for it. Gotta employ server mates. It's just me and Nom, and Nom's live right now, probably exploring. Oh, okay, Nom just left the server, so it's just me now who's on the server. Like, the thing is, the gym's not going to take that long to actually build, because I'm just going to be testing out pillar designs and making the flooring, and that will be fine. That will be easy. It's much more of just trying to flatten all this out right now, because once I get it all flattened, it's just make the battleground area and then just rise and build massive pillars all around it. Massive, like, stone-based structures. Like, scaling that I want to go Like, the full-size scale that... Hold on. I need to find what movie it is. I need to find the image. Yeah. So I want the scale size of this gym to feel like a proper Pokemon gym from like the shows and anime and movies, to where it's like the scale of the first movie of Pokemon, if you've ever seen it, where it's like all 151 of the original Pokemon versus all 151 of like the evil clone version Pokemon. Ruined pillars, which aren't hard to build. No, they aren't. And I can just get stone and that to build those. The pillars are going to be made out of stone. They aren't going to be made out of endstone. The battlefield will be made out of endstone or endstone brick. But like, that's the thing that I want to do, is like, I want to make this battlefield feel like when if you come in from this end and you walk forwards here, right? There's just massive pillars to the left and to the right and like behind, or like all around, like left, right, a few up front, a lot back here, pathway, staircase that leads up to there, some more little ruins here and there. But it's like pillars that are all the way up here, that are that tall, that are like 3 by 3 thick pillars or even bigger, that are all broken and jagged. That is the goal. That's what I want it to feel like. I want it to feel like you're in a boss fight arena. Well, there's going to be pillars all around, but like when you're fighting, you're going to be facing one of two directions. Either that way, which I'm going to be facing that way if I'm battling you from the gym, or this way, because this direction is the direction of the end island. So they'll most likely be coming from this side, which then I will be waiting there, they will be fighting here, and then we can go from there. That's the goal. That's the idea. Dark Souls themed plays. No, honestly, it's funny enough, we could find Epidemic sound music and just have that be the battle theme. That's just playing on, like, loop. Will there be some kind of puzzle scavenger hunt? The puzzle is trying to get to the gym in the first place, because we are 10,000 blocks out from the actual end island. So you better have a mount that can fly, or you better be able to know where you're going. Like, for the most part, it's going to be just trying to get to me in the first place is going to be difficult. And then you're having to deal with maxed IV, EV Pokemon who all have a purpose and are fully allowed for whatever. If I really wanted to be mean about it, I could not have a level cap and just have all my Pokemon be level 100. If there was no level cap. Probably wait for an actual stream. We're almost, I say almost, and we got one more layer after this one that we're flattening, and we gotta clear this out. But it's going. It's going good. But welcome on in. But yeah, so once that happens, it's really up to me of how difficult do I want to make this gym. from the center. We are in total 10,000 blocks away from the end island. We're actually over. We are about, what is that? Actually, I can just do quick math real quick. We are a little over 12,500 blocks away from the end island total, combining our X and Z axis. Is that a level cap? True. It could be true. It could have a gym leader mode and an end challenge mode, where the end challenge is beating a whole fairy type team that's level 100. Just how far it is. Yep. Like, I have to fly on Mega Rayquaza if I want to get here relatively quickly. And then even then, I get off Rayquaza then just to fly on my Elytra the rest of the way. There's initial gym battles and post-league gym battles. Yep. There's also, if you've ever experienced Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Platinum, you have the mysterious challenger on top of the mountain, which we all know as Red. That is the original person that plays that like you play through Fire Red, Leaf Green as. And when you beat the Elite Four and you beat the champion there's a thing where you can go up this snowy mountain, and usually the Elite Four champion are like 55 to level 60 maybe. Well, let me see what the levels are for Red. Sorry, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can fight Red. It's not in Diamond and Platinum, it's in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. You can fight Red, and once you go up Mount Silver, he's an exclusive boss found in Heart Gold Soul Silver that I remember playing. And I broke my pick. That was my Silk Touch pick. Oh, well, it's fine. I can make another one. I have the netherite for it. We got another ingot. It's all good. That was my Silk Touch pick. It's fine. You were not paying attention to the durability, and that's on me. Oh, well. Anyways, though. Right. Efficiency 5, I'm breaking Mend. Yeah, that's fine. Got too locked in. Yeah, so with N though. His highest peak level is level 88 for his Pokemon, but it ranges on average from 80 to level 84 with the highest team's peak at level 88. So I could just do that and just be final boss of all level 100 fairy type Pokemon. Could. Oh, also. Yeah, 07 it's fine though. It's okay. New employee. Because I luckily have another netherite ingot that I can use, and I do have smithing templates, so I can make one. We have a full thing of villager trades. Become the service final boss. I could. Good for funny moment. It can be gym battle level 50. Final boss level 100. double the level. For final boss form? No, I think it's funnier if you just have to come back and it's just me again, but this time my team's not capped at level 50. I think it's just funnier that way. Now, chat, we gotta make sure this pick does not break. It shouldn't for a decent amount of time. But once this pick gets low, we'll probably go back and make another netherite pick with Silk Touch. Abolish the end final fairy Pokeboss in the end. Regret. You don't name your tools? No. The only one I named is just the sword, because that's if I kill somebody, just says subscribe to Abolish Regret. Had a Darkrai in the anime. Oh yeah, it would be Darkrai, Latios, or Latios, and I forget which one it was. I think it was Latios. Yeah, we should all listen to the sword. Subscribe to Abolish Regret, as always. If you can't sub chat, that is perfectly fine. Just being able to watch and just being in chat is also a very helpful thing to streamers and creators. You can also subscribe free to YouTube. Yes, that's another thing. If you want us to subscribe somewhere, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then that way you can also have notifications on when I upload there. And then that means when Pantheon comes out, because right now the YouTube channel is kind of just on like a little bit of a docile moment while I work on other stuff. But there should be more things that come out to the YouTube channel eventually. Also, probably other games as well. Other games will probably be slowly getting added to that channel. Because, chat, there is another thing I want to, like, do in the future, and that is kind of branch out from just Minecraft, but also do, like, funny moment gaming compilation of like, streams and whatnot. Because I feel like that'll just be helpful. So... it's one of the best ones I've watched, yes. What I mean by that is just also not just do Minecraft content, but do, like, work on other mobs. I don't know if... I think it might work on the Cobblemon, but I have no idea unless they coded that into it. But, like, for example, if there's a very funny, like... Mecha Chameleon stream that I do, right? Taking it and putting it together in a compilation and going to there. Like variety content, variety gaming content, but more in the sense of just if it's funny and entertaining enough. And like kind of just branching, still doing the Minecraft stuff, but kind of branching out and doing other gaming content here and there. Into a mini game. How is that going? That's taking time. That's not going to be a thing that happens soon. When it comes to actually making a public minigame, it takes a lot more than just being able to mod something, because you would have to properly code it and everything. I'm definitely like it's right now in planning phase. No coding has ever been even doable. Like it hasn't even fully even been started yet. Chat it is still in very much early concept stage of how will this work on a public scale versus just for creator based content. If anything, I'm most definitely going to get help from people and outsource stuff if need be. But yeah. But right now with everything else happening, it is not in big priority of getting done. I still want to get it done eventually. But for the time being, kind of just sitting there for a little bit. Yes, there are much bigger things to focus on right now, like Pantheon. Like, I am very, very grateful that I am at a certain point in my content where I am able to take the, like, subs and gifts that y'all gift to me in streams and take that and put it to like artists and get commissions for certain things done, because that means it's less on my plate, which means I can focus on other stuff. Okay, we are almost done with just this layer, and I got one more layer to do. I'm so glad I doubled the backpack size of this, because a lot of endstone. A lot of endstone. Oh, we got 25 more TNT. How nice. A little treat for us to use over here. A lot of cheese stone. Like, I'm gonna say this now for Pantheon. A lot of the cast members are putting a lot of effort into making sure that we are doing right for the characters and for what gods are playing champions as for. But also on the back end, I know Appo and Owen are putting a lot of work right now into getting stuff done. And a lot of it is really cool. A lot of it is really, really cool what they're getting done and working for this. How's the skill learning going? It's going good. I've pretty much have finished what I needed to get done for my character, which is good. I have now need to work on a few other things, but besides that, it's been overall a very good progress. Nope, did not mean to do that. TNT has a treat. Yes, I just realized we had 25 more in my bag, so we are going through and clearing out this portion. What I honestly could be doing to make this a bit easier for myself later down the line is do the 2x2. Because this should get me down to level 57, because this is level 57 right here. So it lets me not have to mine out as much later down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Architecture. I'm excited. It's going to be interesting because I also need to look into more into the god/goddess that I am the champion for and seeing what they're like. I have a rough idea, but stick to sort of a theming to what who they are as a god/goddess, and what my base is going to look and feel like. Like, that's the part that I also need to, like, look into a bit more, is understanding that stuff as well. Because the whole base isn't going to be themed around them, but I still want to have bits and pieces of the base have those themings, if that makes sense. You always build houses. I think it's kind of just a normal thing to do. Alright, we'll get this last bit of done. We'll probably finish right around 30 hours, I'm guessing. a rhyme. It's a gut feeling. See, if I was to ever sing on stream or for a character, it would I would want to make sure that my mic is adjusted correctly for it to make sure that it sounds right. So when I do sing through the mic, it sounds proper and not bad. And for it to be entirely wrong. People have made theories. People have made theories of my character. People have made theories of what god/goddess I'll be a champion for. I'm also curious of... I've seen a lot of people go, like, this is the theory for the god/goddess that I will be, like, being a champion for, right? I'm curious also of what backstories people are thinking about as the cast members. Because I've seen a lot of theories of the god/goddesses, of who would be to who. But I haven't seen many theories of, like, oh, they were XYZ, and that's why they are now a champion for this god/goddess. Those are the parts that I'm also curious to see what the community and viewers, like, put towards. Because we're going to show you some stuff from episode 1, of course. We're going to show bits of our characters from episode 1, and at that point, the fandom's going to have to, like, fully theorize. Like, that's the part. Y'all don't fully know what a champion entails. But I haven't seen anyone really theorize about what that entails. And that's where I'm getting at. Everyone's been looking at what god/goddess will we be champions for, not for what does a champion do or entail for champions. I'm not gonna say. Y'all will slowly find out. Some powers or skills to aid them. Possibly. More once the cast reveal shows the designs. Y'all will enjoy the designs. They're gonna be really good. The artists always do well with the designs. With their backstories by judging the book by its cover. Into a blob of singular color, what color would it be? I'm not gonna say that. Because if I said the color, it would just narrow mind y'all even more. And I don't want to narrow mind chat into thinking just because of a color. Just know it's not black. On the design, there is no actual shade of black. And I'm very proud about that one, because a lot of my characters previously in previous SMPs have always stayed to the neutral color scheme. And so I'm like, you know what, let's change it up a bit. Abolish discovers color. That was more of a personal thing. That was more of just being like, you know, let's change up my color palette for my characters and actually go with some more fun to it. By wearing rainbow, I see. Yeah, for like the most part, because even like Cowboy Abolish, like yeah, I had the red shirt, but like the pants were gray / black, the vest was black, the hat was black, the gloves were brown, boots were blackish brown. But neutral colors. So just a full switch up. Who could say? Being what champion means? You can throw it in chat if you have a theory for it. I'm not going to say if you're right or not, but you can definitely guess. More saturated colors? That's good. I will say there is, in the outfit and in the clothing design, very much different shades of a color. Now what that color might be, y'all have to find out when the art gets revealed. But there is shading of one particular color. Has anything to do with musical instruments? You'll have to find out. Competitions themed around ancient Greek activities. Could be. Like riding chariots. Yeah, I get what you mean. Definitely could be, but y'all have to find out once episode 1 drops. Alright, just this little bit left, chat, then we're done with this layer for today. Last long episodes like vampires. I honestly have no idea how long the series is gonna last. Like that one, I can be fully confident in saying I have no idea how long that series is gonna last for. Like Pantheon could last around the same time of vampires. It could be shorter. It could be more. I genuinely do not know. Alright, after this, we're gonna go make another pickaxe. Hey, if the series does really well, hopefully it is more than 8 episodes, because that just means more financial to do more cool things. Play by ear. It really just depends on how we're feeling. But like again, that is something that's up to Owen and Apo, and with a majority of the cast of being like, how are we feeling about this so far? But we cannot say until after the first few episodes go, until like we're midway through. It means representing a god for entertainment, aka the god's god are being some kind of patron to the person they choose. Who can say? The plot pantheon is going to be, yeah. It's definitely going to most likely play by ear, depending on how each episode goes or how we're feeling for the series. All right, there we go, and then we go here. Owen ranked it below vampires and angst level. I can see why, but again, I think it just depends on cast member to cast member. All right, we are done with another level. We got one more level to go, and they'll be exactly on the flattest part of the island. But man, this is crazy. It's a lot of digging, that's for sure. I also like it that as we gotten lower down, these little outer islands feel higher up and more raised. But like, remember chat, I built this right on at the highest point of the island. That was right underneath the highest point of the island. I do wish it would have had more episodes or two because I'm aware some members, for example. Yeah, well, to be fair, vampires, we all went into it not really knowing how it was going to be. Like when we got with vampires, we all were like, hey, we're just going to have a little bit of light backstory. It's going to kind of be a game of like trying to figure out who's the vampire and so on and so forth. And then we all just went yes and to each other, and then we all realized, oh, we actually have made characters of actual like depth and plot, and people were like, I know Martin has said day one he was just saying whatever popped into his head first, and which then everyone else started also just saying the first thing that popped into their heads, which then made it to where we all had way more in-depth characters than we actually had in the first place. So after episode 1, we kind of just went, okay, let's start actually making more detail into our character and putting more depth into it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go fly back to the main world. Shiny. Was that an A? That's an A, I believe. Every time I always go, I'm gonna fly back to the main world. The shiny always appears. Hold on. I believe that's an A, right? I believe that is an A. That is an A. We got a letter A. Let's go. If champions are chosen by gods, I hope the gods are shown as having different variation to their motive / reason of choosing their champion. I feel it would be good nod to how volatile and changing the gods are in their myths. For the most part, I believe most of the cast, if not all of us, have done research into it is into research of our gods and goddesses and will probably have different reasonings to why each one is a champion. See, that's A as an abolish. Yep. Have the same name. It'll just be abolish. It's just easier instead of trying to have a separate character name. You don't have to if you don't want to. Like, for example, Owen and Luann had like Missy and Bunny for Cowboys, right? And then Owen also did like Owain, Owine for Bannerfall. But then like Vampires, he was just Owen. So I think it really is just depending on the cast member for that type of stuff. Also, when it comes to cameos, that's another thing. It's entirely up to the cast member because it's not like a live streamed SMP. And so cameos for like certain gods and goddesses and whatnot, I do not believe are going to be tied to who POW selects. That's entirely up to the individual cast member. You can try out Minecraft RP. There's definitely a lot of different... You can try something very small with a community for Minecraft RP. It doesn't have to be big, like a content stuff. No cameos, POW said? Yeah. So that is much more up to the individual cast member when it comes to if they want to involve adding a voice to their god/goddess or showing what they would look like in a Minecraft perspective. But also, it might be interesting to, like, from a character perspective, I don't know if I will or won't do this, but, like, as I'm developing this character or later in a series, having it to where there is no voice to their god/goddess, and it is entirely a mystery of what they would sound like. Or if they have zero contact with them throughout the entire SMP. Like, who knows, right? That's entirely something that can be happening as, like, for that type of stuff. I don't know what I would decide. That is something that I have to, like, figure out. As if only hear them in their... As if them can only hear them in their mind. I mean, like, not even that. Like, you just have no contact. Like, because someone, maybe a cast member, doesn't want to do a cameo. So, like, their character just has zero contact with their god or goddess throughout the entire series. With their patron, that could be something. Like, again, I don't know what other cast members are going to do. I don't fully know what my story is going to be. I'm still working on, like, my backstory and all that type of stuff. So, it's definitely something to, like, keep in mind. This is Fortune. That's Respiration. I need Silk Touch. Do I have a Silk Touch? Swift Sneak, Riptide. That's all Swift Sneak. Yeah, it very much depends. If anyone chose to, if they have been, like, met their god that they're champion for. Yeah. Like, again, every cast member's POV is going to be different. Oh, that's Katie's. It really just depends on how the cast want to tell their story. Alright, let me make a pick. Do I have sticks? Do I have sticks? I think I have sticks in this bag. Yeah. Alright, let's go. How many emeralds I have? 50. That's not going to be too many, but hopefully there's enough that I can just get by. Some gods appear to people in different ways, like signs. They appear, yeah, like they might just be, God might be through an animal, might be in their head, might be like an object appearing to them. It really just depends. To be sure of that. Yep. It's a religion, personally. Yeah, like, again, it's... None of us are going to be the actual gods or goddesses of any mythology. We are just the champions of them. $25 emeralds. No spare on breaking, darn. We're gonna have to get some wood. We'll get mixed. Nope. It's the easiest thing not to do. That's the threat. Yeah. Like, I think the closest thing that someone might do is, like, since Greece and Rome are so, like, next to each other, is, like, if someone has, like, Roman ties but is still Greek, or if their character has some type of connection between the two. Because, again, if we don't know timeline, but I think even then, I think that might be the closest thing to combining Greek and Rome, but not so much the gods, but more of just the individual. Like, the actual character, keeping it separate from the gods. Hercules, not Hercules, yeah. That, I think, would be the only thing that any cast member would tie, like, started later than the classic ancient Greece. Yeah. But to be fair, we have to keep in mind with vampires as well, timelines were, like, skewed entirely. Like, if you look at Owen's character compared in vampires compared to, like, almost like Shelby or Drift's character, right? Found his gold? No, he has not. It's a bit more touchy, though, yes, but I think depending on the aspect of it, it can be done. I think the people just have to look into it. Which I feel a lot of the cast members are. I think if anything, if anyone was to try to combine, like, having Rome and Greek, it would never be the actual mythology to it. I think it would just be entirely the character, like the actual character person that they're playing. It's based on actual things that has an actual timeline. Yes, but you also have to keep in mind as well, when it comes to content creation, some people are going to try their best to make sure that it stays within accuracy of, like, religion and mythology and all of that. But when it comes to the individual character that is being made, say for example, you know what? Here's the best explanation. In anime, there's an anime called I think Legends of Ragnarok. Or it's just called Ragnarok. It's just okay. It's called Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok. First ancient Greece/Rome as well, because a lot of stories were passed orally for centuries first. There's not always a consensus on timelines that's missed anyways. Well, what I'm trying to show the comparison of, like, I don't know if this is how Pantheon's going to turn out, but for example, there's an anime called Record of Ragnarok, which is an anime that takes every different god from, like, every different, it's, yeah, also the manga, every different, like, religion and mythology and so on and so forth. And it's basically, the idea is the gods versus the greatest humans to ever exist in history. So you have gods from, like, Nordic to mythology to Rome to even Christianity, right? You have Buddha and so on and so forth, right? And then you have them fighting against the most well-known people in history, like what's his name? Like, I think some of the greatest Greek and Roman fighters/emperors and kings. You had some of the most well-known different dynasty rulers from different eras of China and Japan. An omniscient reader. Or, yeah. And all of this, they keep in the entire anime and manga sticks, I think, fairly closely to at least some of the stories and myths of both the individual people, Chinese emperors, Japanese samurais, Jack the Ripper. Yeah, like Jack the Ripper. And then you have, like, Japanese samurais, Chinese emperors, and all these other, like Adam versus Zeus. Yeah, you have Adam, the first man from Christianity, versus Zeus. Like, it's a very much a interesting thing, and the anime and manga does its best to make sure that it's as concrete with how the characters are, both in history and to mythology. But also, it is a medium of media, so there is a little bit of difference. What I'm trying to get at, though, is all these characters are from different timelines in history, but they're, like, brought to this one central point to fight for humanity, right? So that's where I'm saying, if Pantheon is doable, to where if you have something like someone, Isaac Newton versus, I don't know if it's I think it's Beelzebub. Isaac Newton versus Beelzebub. Also, happy 3 hours, chat. If Pantheon was to have a different weird little timeline-esque thing, because it's in its own, like, wasn't it Tesla? I think it might have been Nikola Tesla. It might have been Tesla versus Beelzebub. I don't know exactly the exact matchups, but I think if Pantheon was to do something similar to that, it would be in that same realm where they're taking different part of people's histories that might be someone from the Roman Empire who might actually, like, studied Greek, like the Greeks and the gods and so on. And again, this is all like a hypothetical character. Like, say you take someone that was from the Roman Empire, right, but still was a historian, right, and read into the Greek gods and goddesses and actually, like, favored them, even though they were Roman. And then because of this, that's how they become the champion of the certain god or goddess that was for, like, knowledge and so on and so forth, right? Like, that could be something to where it's like, that's why they get picked. right? I'm not saying that's actually anyone's character. That's an entire hypothetical character that is made up. But I'm forgetting books. Where's you? Okay. That is in a way that I think could be done. I don't know if that's what's going to be done if someone ever does that, but I think it just depends. Definitely no one's thinking or confusing Greek gods and goddesses with Roman gods/goddesses. I know no one's done that. I know no one has gone and was like, oh yes, let me pick Vulcan, even though they meant Hephaestus, right? Like no one's done something of that. Because that would be wrong. Yeah, no one has done anything like that. Except Apollo. Yeah. It's not even the gods I was worried about. Thank goodness. Yeah, no. It's nothing like that. I'm breaking that. I now need fortune. Both historical figures and gods, different religions are supporting their incarnations through stigma and monies is differently something I drew inspiration to my theories regarding Pantheon. Yeah. So no one's gonna be the champion of mine. Yes, unfortunately not. Sleepy Mercury. Unfortunately not. Where is looting? Looting. I now need mending? Yes, where's mending? I think mending should be over here. Ah, yes, 10 emeralds. Okay, I need you again for this. I have exactly enough. Look at me go, Chad. I can see that as how it'll be for PSMP. Yeah, I don't know how the exact markup or makeup or how us champions are gonna fully be. I think I have an anvil at my house that I'd rather accidentally break instead of this one. But yeah, for the most part, we're doing as much research as we can to making sure that like we're not mixing up Greek god and goddess mythology and just Greek mythology with Roman mythology. All right, let's go. Bup bup, bup bup, bup bup, bup bup. Oh, I'm missing Silk Touch. How am I missing Silk Touch? Wait, I had 4 books. Did I guess I did it too fast and didn't read what I was putting together. Okay. Gotta go grab another Silk Touch. Omniscient reader point of view. Are you talking about how a reader knows everything but the characters don't, so the reader sees all of what's happening while the characters actually don't? Because like I know what the word like I don't. I can look it up real quick. No, the novel. Oh, no, I do not know what the novel is. I do not know what the novel is. In a single book. Doesn't really matter much on pickaxe, but it's still paying me. I just do that just because. Where's Silk Touch? I guess I didn't grab Silk Touch. The soloing foot style. Oh, interesting. There we go. And now I need to take this and that, and like we never broke our pickaxe, chat. Like it never broke. To overcome very tough challenges. Oh, interesting. What do you mean, what pickaxe? Exactly, chat. All right, though. We've been going for 3 hours. I'm going to call it there. Tomorrow I might try to mine the rest off stream if I'm able to. If not, we'll then be doing that on Wednesday to finally finish out mining everything, and then we'll be good to go for actually building the gym. So, with that being said, chat, let's go right into someone. Thank you all again for hanging out with me today. You've all been awesome, amazing, and wonderful. You know, we're going to raid into May because May is streaming with Forsey, Katie, and Shan as they're all practicing MCC. So we will do that, chat. Join on the raid. You can leave right on after if you need to, but thank you all again, chat. It's been super, super fun hanging out with y'all. I will see you all on Wednesday with another fun stream of Cobblemon. But until then, remember to abolish your regret, and I will see you all next time.